It's Too Many Men on the Mic, presented by Netfront LLC. Now here's Coach Drew and Coach Jared.
It's the July 30th edition of Too Many Men on the Mic, and it's the end of July, which for me in my house,
like we're golfing.
It does feel like we're golfing.
Last time we both had polos on.
Yeah.
I think that's
last week.
Well, that's true. But old studio days.
But I feel like we're in the siesta time of year. It's the dog days of summer, but at the same time, it's that time of year when you have just a little pause and reprieve from maybe your youth hockey schedule. You're not looking at your calendar going, who's going to go to practice, who's going to drive where. You might be thinking about home projects or things like that, things that normally you can't do. And we're living the siesta for just a few more days. And today it's July 30th, so we're going to take it.
Well, it's 150 out with 200% humidity. Speaking of home projects, I installed a couple of brand new thermostats. Shout out Sensi, Wi-Fi adapting, Amazon, love it. Going to drive down my $600 Ameren bill. Thanks for that. But yeah, we're at one practice week instead of 4 or 3, which is good. And
we'll take it. That's a win.
I think personally, myself, coming off kind of a recharge week last week, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, but I have to say, like, if I could gift you vacation days, I would do it, because you had plans to go to the lake up in Michigan. And for those that have listened,
thanks, wildfires,
or just joining, and this is your first show, the wildfires in Canada created a little bit of a dilemma for Coach Jared's vacation trip last week. At
one point before we were heading up there, the air quality near where our lake house is was like the worst in the world. I mean, they've got like up to 300, and it was like 500. So we're talking like Beijing and Mexico City.
Well, thank goodness you didn't go, because you got to be on the ice Friday to run
fun.
Practice and skate. So
it was a good skate, really good skate.
Yeah, that's a win right there. So because we're in this siesta kind of time frame where we haven't quite started youth hockey season, and we've got a little bit of time left, I think we've got a great show, a different show, which is going to be a fun show.
We're going viral. Speaking of siesta, somebody's back from his siesta. He's kind of moving around in his little hole there, but I think our producer Grant is back from his siesta. Yeah, we got to get a little high from the producer here.
Hello. Sorry, I'm managing some things backstage at the moment.
He was on assignment.
So while you were on assignment, I hope you had a great time. But one thing I've noticed since in the limited amount of time that I've seen you since you've been back is I haven't heard any kind of bragging. I haven't heard any kind of I won, I crushed, I did anything like that. So maybe you keep your winnings to yourself. You want to stay off the IRS radar, and that's certainly a strategy. But at the same time, since you haven't said anything, I just have to wonder, how did your bets go?
Well, whenever you walked into Vegas with about the same amount you walked out with, I'd call that a big win, and that's what I did. So
there you go.
So you have no stories.
Yeah, that's a politically correct answer.
I was down a decent amount, and I had a very, very good last day.
What were you playing?
Detail it for us,
because
the listeners want to hear how far you were down.
Yeah,
and
sure.
were you like at the point where you couldn't pay your car payment, and then you came back and suddenly you were able to pay your car payment?
I was down like $200, and I won that all back on the last day on craps and blackjack.
Nice.
Single deck blackjack like a man, or did you go
I didn't see it.
Sorry. That was a non-politically correct statement. Non-politically correct
statement. I
statement.
don't think that exists anymore, sadly.
Oh, there's no more single deck. It's been a minute since I've been out to Vegas to actually have.
So give us what was your craziest Vegas sighting, because there's always one. What was it this time?
The Vegas sighting?
Yeah, like if you could pick one thing where you're like, you're never gonna believe what I saw in Vegas.
Remember, it's
it
youth
was
hockey show.
Dot.
Youth hockey
Remember,
show.
this is a youth hockey show.
For it being a youth hockey show, it rained.
Oh, it rained.
It rained.
Wow.
That was
that is unusual for sure.
Yeah, that's pretty unusual. Like I don't think you'll go to Vegas very often and see rain.
No, it's not unless you're going to the show rain, which you
All right,
probably wouldn't because you're tasting
Or
music.
inside the stores.
That was a great answer, but it's not salacious enough.
Is
so give us one that's non-weather related. What
I don't know if that might be an off the show for
No.
youth hockey show.
Oh, so now we're gonna bring safe sport into it, is what you're saying for our producer.
No, it's not a PG story.
Oh, okay. Well, we're good with PG-13.
I mean, could you use your imagination? Is there a way you could replace characters and tell the story? What is it?
We don't want to get you in trouble with with a certain
it's
certain
not
young
really
lady that's back here in St. Louis and probably didn't go with you on the trip.
No, everyone went. I was with anyone who would have cared. There was like the fake showgirls on the streets, and they were trying to like handcuff people, and they almost handcuffed my mom. That was pretty interesting.
Wow.
All right. Well, I'm sure that's
yeah.
What does that even happen?
What even happens when your mom gets handcuffed?
Yeah, I don't. It was very strange. Well,
I know what would happen if my mom got handcuffed. There's four brass knuckles coming at you.
I've met his mom. Trust me. She's gonna be chucking hands. She's gonna be throwing hands for sure. Do they still have, like, when you're going down the escalators by the MGM and they've got the guys down there with all the cards they're trying to pass out, and
they're trying to hand out cards to certain places?
I'm sure they are.
That hasn't gone away. Don't worry.
Did you see what shows did you see, or did you see any shows?
No, I didn't see any shows. They're too expensive now. Everything's expensive there.
Is the can
you just say that
you're as cool as it looks?
Is the what?
The Sphere as cool as it looks on TV?
It's pretty awesome. I didn't go in, but we were really close to it. It's amazing.
So, Grant, can't you just say, like, you're a social media guy, you're a producer, you're an influencer, and just kind of work your way in? Does that not work?
That's a lot of ers. He's a lot of ers. A producer, an influencer. I think if you got a lot of ers, you're somebody.
My aunt's a high roller, so I was rolling in free things.
Nice. So you were just in her wake, right? You were riding her wake. Is basically what you're saying.
I didn't pay for a drink.
He was the crew. He was a part of the crew. He was the crew.
Entourage.
The entourage part of the crew.
Well,
it's great having you back. You know, I'm excited to see the social media starting to take off. I think we got a viral episode here.
I'm ready.
And it's one where you could. This is one of the rare episodes where we obviously there's going to be parts of this episode you're definitely going to want to watch it on YouTube, but because we have a great social media producer, influencer, Grant. Anything that you miss if you only listen to us on Spotify or the wherever you get your podcasts, subscribe, like, share, download. We're gonna have a great social media presence this week, I think, from this show. Yeah, you guys get to your first segment. I'm gonna prepare for the next one backstage here. Love it. That's a tease. Yeah, it's a tease there. Don't bury the lead. Well, we've got 3 different segments of this show today, and we've got one that is around testing your and my ability of how much we know about the game of hockey, which is fantastic because nobody knows everything. So nobody's perfect. So, challenge accepted. Yeah, right. We're going to take on this challenge. Now, what I will say is that I haven't looked at the questions or the answers. You haven't either. Nope. It's from 1972 forward. I chose 1972 because I'm older than you, and because it would cover basically the time frame that we've been alive, and I think our listeners could kind of relate to. So 72 forward on the trivia. Yep. We also have a segment where we're going to challenge Grant to do some interesting things. Hockey gloves on, which I can't wait to see what that looks like. Yeah, for you, David Letterman, the Late Show with David Letterman, not way back when. Stupid human tricks. Now we're doing stupid hockey tricks. Yes. And that just means our player producer Grant, who did a stupid hockey trick a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, you
got on the ice.
but this is like taking it to a whole
Nother level.
And then we have, as you eloquently say, Campfire Stories, which is a great a story about what happened to you along your youth hockey journey that might be interesting. Something that you tell in a group of people.
Yeah,
where they say, "Tell me one interesting story."
Funny stories
about you. Funny stories that are out there. So we got 3 periods.
Yeah.
And so we got to get into it.
Yeah, and it's the summertime, and although I wasn't able to head up north and go to the lake, a lot of folks are out. In Canada, they go to their cottages. And, in Michigan and Wisconsin and Minnesota, they head to the lake, they go up north. We head to the lake here and go to the lake house. And so we're going to get around the campfire. We're going to tell some funny stories and, maybe a couple of anecdotes. And, I'll go ahead and take the first shot if you want to. One of the things that, we talk about, it's all about fun.
Yeah.
And we talk about the stories that, your kids are going to remember. They're going to remember playing shinny in a hotel. They're going to remember getting yelled at by the hotel manager.
So what year is this, first off?
1992. Okay,
so this is when GNR was a little past breaking and hairbands were out.
This is Van Hagar.
This is Van Hagar. The prime
unlawful carnal knowledge.
Yep.
Pound cake where you had the drill up and down the guitar and neck.
And this is when Skid Row and Wasp and all the hair bands were going, wait a minute, what happened to heavy metal? Grunge took all our listeners.
Well, we were listening. 92 too is when we
Alice in
Chains,
Sublime,
Nirvana, Nevermind, Pearl Jam 10 had just come out. We had Soundgarden.
Fantastic.
Soundgarden, it wasn't super unknown because that came out the next year.
What STP record was that?
STP wasn't out yet. STP didn't. Wow. I don't think STP was until 93, and that would have been Core.
Because I kind of feel like all those bands are kind of right in the mix.
Well,
kind of a little melting pot.
And they're bands that you can play. In fact, come out August 20th to Fallon's. If you're listening, Grant. We've got some more. We got more to talk about.
All right, so 1992. Paint the picture for us.
So, guys I played with, Matt Banachek, what a great hockey name. Banachek, Ronnie Colito, Sean Kapp, Matt Collier, who actually lived down the street from me. We would do this thing where one of our
tagging all of you after the show.
Basically, if we can find you. It's been a minute, almost 40. Well, never mind. So we would get together on Friday night and we would spend the night. I would spend the night over at Sean Kapp's house. He lived right on the canals on Lake St. Clair. We'd play some hockey after school. But the reason why we did this is we would get up in the morning and Ronnie Colito's dad, Mr. Colito, that's how I remember it was Mr. Colito, had this van. Had this white van. It had panel size.
Did it have windows or was it like a kidnapper van?
It had the circle windows.
Oh, okay.
And
so it wasn't quite as creepy.
So it had 2 seats in the front. It had a middle bench, and then it was all open in the back.
Okay.
So if you got in first, you got the middle bench. If you got in last, you had to sit on the nasty hockey bags in the back. This is old days cloth hockey bags, all that good stuff. Anyways, so. I don't think my parents really knew this either.
Is there a stack of Penthouse magazines in the back of this?
Those were behind the shed. That was behind the shed. But remember, this is a youth hockey show. Nobody even knows what that is.
They don't even know what that is.
They don't even know what that is. Youth hockey show. So, anyways, we would spend the night I would spend the night at Sean Kapp's house. And Ronnie Colito's dad had an in with the Detroit Police Department, and so. I don't know how this. Well, I don't know how this happened, but we ended up going down. And for those of you from Metro Detroit, and Jack Adams Arena. Now, Jack Adams, huge hockey name. The Adams division was named after him. He was the coach for the Red Wings, GM at one point. I think he owned the Red Wings before the Illiches or something along those lines. Anyways, Jack Adams Arena was down in 1992. Not a great part of Detroit. There weren't many great parts of Detroit. Shout out to Mayor Dugan in the last couple of years, bringing Detroit back to life. Awesome. But this is well before then. So spend the night at my buddy Sean Kapp's house. 1992, so I'm like 16 years old. We play hockey all night, maybe some other stuff, maybe get, maybe take somebody's spree or elite out on the expressway when we shouldn't have. But we wake up Saturday morning at 4:45. Every 4:45.
Wow, early.
Ronnie Colito's dad, Mr. Colito, I think I mentioned him before, pulls up. We pile in, and we drive down to the shady west side of Detroit. Schoolcraft, Livernois, 7 Mile, not a great area to go down to Jack Adams Ice Arena and play hockey in the Detroit Police Athletic League.
Nice.
So, long story short, a bunch of guys.
Did the firemen play in that too?
I don't know. We just, Yeah.
So,
anyways, bunch of guys, bunch of kids from the burbs going down to a bad part of Detroit. Every time we did this, there was a ritual. Mr. Colito would stop at this gas station at the corner of Livernois and I think Linden Street. Not a good part of town. All my dad and my uncles, their heads are doing this right now because they were like, if we didn't know you were going down there back in 1992, not a good idea. Dark. 4:45 in the morning, 5 o'clock ish. By the time we get down there, maybe 5:15. So he gets out because he wants to get these donuts and a cup of coffee because it's like the best place. This is the best place. This is the guy. And we would always ask him. He had one line every time we talked to him. This is actually a great lesson for all you parents out there. You'd ask him like, "Hey, how do you play? How do you play?" "Oh, he skated well." It was all you say. If you say he'd be driving down the street, he skates well. He skates well. That was all he would say. So great lesson for parents. If when you're talking about your kids or your kids' friends, just say he skates well. Perfect. Anyways. We get to this gas station. We'd always fill up the gas station. We'd have to basically it got to a point where we were like flipping coins because we would help Mr. Colito out and somebody would have to pay for gas. Back then, no credit cards, no iPhones. You had to go in and pay with cash. And we didn't know, you didn't pay ahead of time because you didn't know how much or how little gas was in the mystery machine van that we would go down there in, Scooby-Doo. And it was inevitable. Whoever was pumping gas would have to go in and pay because it was their turn. And then everybody would be in there getting Starbursts or Cokes or what have you, right? And that person would be, we tried to leave them there every time. And let me drive away, literally. Let me just show a picture. Video footage. I actually have a picture of the actual.
So basically what you're saying is you would incite panic intentionally.
Yes. So I actually have a picture of the shady. Am I sharing this correctly? Hang on, let me add to the stage. There it is. Hang on, add to the stage. There it is. So that's the actual gas station that we used to, and behind it, not a good part of town.
So when it was your turn, I guess what I want to hear is
I got left. And I'm running down street.
How did that make you feel when you were left?
So I'm afraid. So my biggest fear of this whole thing, and I can't remember a single game or skate or whatever happened at Jack Adams Ice Arena, although that place used to be a dump. Now it is pretty awesome, which they've huge renaissance in Detroit area ice rinks over the last 10, 15 years. Thanks everybody for that. I remember running down the street. Mr. Colito, remember I told Mr. Colito, he's just like, and the guys are just out the back window, because there's the two windows in the back, just laughing at me. And the only thing I could think of is Pam Ballant is going to kill me because I'm going to get left down here and have to call from a payphone because I think there's a payphone in that picture. But anyways, picture this corner in Detroit, southwest side of Detroit, Livernois, Schoolcraft, Linden Street, with a 16-year-old kid from the burbs running down after a white mystery man. Mystery.
Yourself.
We're going to have to edit that for our youth hockey podcast. It was kind of a thing that everybody, if you, for whatever reason, I might have been in the bathroom or might have had to do something. And you always, whenever you filled the gas tank up, it was always I got to be the first guy out so I don't get left behind. And I got left behind. So, as you get older and you're playing, hockey and you're out there with your buds, if you've got a Mr. Colito in your life, make sure that you take note of how he just hey, everybody skates well. It doesn't matter because we're out here at 5 o'clock in the morning going to the Detroit Police Athletic League hockey at Jack Adams Ice Arena. and don't get left behind at a shady gas station in the
it.
middle of
I love it.
Southwest Detroit.
Drive off, incite panic. What a great little
And my
ride.
uncles will appreciate that because I think they in the 70s that was one of their home rinks.
Well, I don't have as good of a buildup. That was a great buildup for sure, and a great story overall. Mine's a little shorter, and mine's more of circling around. So imagine if you're a youth hockey player out there, or a parent that's in the stands. You're watching your players come out on the ice. You're watching each side do circles all the way up to the center line, and then back around again. And they're getting their legs warmed up, and then they're thinking about maybe doing some kind of warm up that normally we would do as coaches and ask our players to do. And so somewhere along the way, I was doing that skate and lost my cup. Literally fell out on the ice.
It wasn't hanging from the rafters.
It was not hanging from the rafters. And so I kept skating around. I didn't feel it. Nothing happened. There wasn't a jostle or anything like that. Jostle, that's a good word. We don't use that a lot. That's a big word.
Jostle.
So I kept skating around, and then we got ready to go. We went to
probably
the
the fastest you've ever skated.
Yeah, we went to the net, and we were cheering as a team. And then suddenly all the parents were, I kind of heard them laughing, and the refs were waiting for the game to go. And what was out there in the middle of the ice? But there was a cup that was sitting there. And so I had a moment where I'm like, can't be me. I got to check myself. Sure enough, it was. So that is my youth hockey story.
Lucky they
that I'll put out there. Grant, I'm sure you have a great sports story. Maybe not youth hockey related, but something ridiculous like what we just talked about. And add to the party. You got something?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep. I gotta keep chin up here because I don't want to ruin the surprise.
Can't bury the lead. Can't bury the lead.
Yeah. And I'll be quick here because we got to get to that next segment. So mine was high school football. We're warming up. We finish our warm-ups. I go back in. I pop my AirPods in. I pop my AirPods in before we go out. We go out, we warm up, come back in the locker room, and I'm looking for my AirPods. I'm like, oh, my God, did my AirPods get stolen? Like, I'm all mad. I'm texting my mom. I was like, I know I have them. Like, did I leave them at home? She's like, I don't see them. I was like, man, that's so weird. So I'm about to go. Coin flip happens. I'm about to go out for kickoff. I take my helmet off to stick my hair back in the helmet. And in the padding of the helmet are my AirPods. I'm like, what?
Would have been better had you just made the call with your AirPods in.
I'm thinking, what do I do? And I see my mom sitting in the first row of the bleachers. I'm like, because I don't have pockets or anything. I'm like, well, I'm just gonna run over. So I sprint over, I hand him to her, and I'm running back, and my coach kind of looked at me and then didn't even say anything. And I was like, I dodged a lot of bullets in that 30-second span right there.
So that's like the guy who's looking for his glasses and they're on his forehead.
Exactly.
Right.
It's something padding. Yeah. And the padding and the helmets are white, and my AirPods were white. So it was very unfortunate.
Well, I love sharing a little banner. Good stories. That was a good round the horn. And stick with us at Too Many Men on the Mic. We got more segments coming up. 2 more, as a matter of fact. We'll be right back.
St. Louis hockey families and business leaders, if you need custom gear that stands out and stands for something, it's time to meet 5B Designs. Founded by Shannon Brahini, a proud St. Louis mom and entrepreneur, 5B Designs is a woman-owned small business that brings purpose to custom apparel. Whether you're suiting up your youth or high school hockey team or leveling up your company's branded swag, 5B delivers top-notch quality with a personal touch. Need team stores? Not a problem. Corporate polos or event giveaways? They've got you covered. 5B makes it easy with fast turnaround, flexible service, and designs your players or employees will love to wear. Check them out at stores.inksoft.com/5B Designs. That's the word 5. And if you are watching on our YouTube feed, go ahead and scan the QR code on the top right-hand corner of the screen and see what great gear and great service looks like. Real quick before we jump back in, if you're enjoying Too Many Men on the Mic, hit like and subscribe on our YouTube channel. It's a quick click for you, but it helps us grow the show and keep bringing you great hockey conversations. You can also follow us on Instagram by scanning the QR code on your screen. And be sure to download, follow, and rate the podcast on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, iHeartMusic, or wherever you get your podcasts. Or you can go directly to our website, www.tooManyMenOnTheMic.com. That's the number 2. Those small things from you help us keep delivering new guests, downloadable coaching content, and more from the rink. All right, back to the show.
Stupid hockey tricks. Yeah, yeah. Stupid hockey tricks. Yeah, yeah. Stupid hockey tricks.
All right, everybody, we're here with Stupid Hockey Tricks, inspired by the Dave Letterman, Late Night with Dave Letterman. We've got Coach Drew and producer Grant the Killer Salsman.
That's me.
Excellent job with your MC today. Grant and Drew, why don't you tell us what the stupid hockey tricks are going to be today? I see you've got some hockey gloves and you're standing behind a bar.
Well, Coach Drew here, he's a hydrated man. He likes to get his water. It's really hot out in St. Louis, so I'm just going to give him some water. Wearing the hockey gloves that I always wear, so we're going to see how this goes. He might get more than water. Okay.
Let's take a look at this. Let's get a little closer.
Let's see what the options are on that
options.
baby.
So we have water, cran. I don't know what LADE is. Tonic, diet, soda, Starry, and Pepsi.
All right, well, let's see what we've got here.
Let's see what we got.
Oh, look at that!
Way too easy.
It's too easy.
I think those are.
God.
I think those are like the Fisher Price buttons.
I mean, come on.
I think you came in easy and you practiced.
Wow! Take a sip of that.
Yeah,
Tell them it's all H2O right there. Oh, I gotta pass in the glass.
gotta
Wait,
pass
this
it to
actually, I'm gonna drink out of it. This is the challenge.
How about do it one hand? Don't drop it. Okay. All right. I think
Can I set it down though?
I think we've got to come up with something a little bit tougher. 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 And we're definitely gonna have to do the applause buzz. I wonder if you could open a. I wonder. No. I wonder if you could open a can of squirt.
I don't think so.
Probably not. Probably not.
Should I try?
Well, we don't want to get a mess on.
Maybe next time.
Next time.
We'll lay down. We'll upgrade the difficulty. But I want to know.
I thought you were gonna try. I thought you were gonna try and send a text.
Oh, that wouldn't happen.
Well, let's see if you can send a text.
You have my phone.
No, I don't. I've got
My
Coach
phone's
Drew's
over there.
phone.
Hand me my phone. I'll try to text you.
Let's see if we can.
All right.
Let's see if we can send a text here. Send it to the Too Many Men on the Mic text string.
All right.
We'll X out any numbers. So you got to have both.
Well, I gotta open it. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. There's our text chain.
Let's just see our text chain so you all can see it. Look at that.
I'm trying to type. Oh no! Oh no! That's. Hey Siri, text Jared and Drew.
F you? What?
Can't wait for our show today, everybody.
Well, there you have it, folks. Grant the Killer
Send.
Salsman. Grant the Killer Salsman proving that he is a hockey guru. You can do things in hockey gloves that normal everyday chores. Stupid hockey tricks brought to you by Too Many Men on the Mic. I don't know if Vantage wants to be a part of this, but we're going to get better and better each week. Thanks, everybody.
See everybody.
Don't forget to listen, like, and subscribe. See you next week.
It's Too Many Men on the Mic Hockey Trivia Time. Now here's your host, Grant the Killer Salsman.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. I'm Grant the Killer Salsman. Thank you. Sorry. All right. And today we are going to play hockey trivia. I'll be your host on this fine evening. Jared and Drew will be your competitors. You'll get to meet the competitors in just a moment. We are doing 25 questions. We're going to alternate every other. If they get it wrong, it's a keep it, make it, take it situation. So every answer they get correct, they get to keep going. So we could see a skunk. We could see 25-0. Once they get one wrong, the other coach will get the opportunity to continue from where the other one left off. So let's meet our competitors. First, we have from Detroit, Michigan, coming in at a whopping 5'8",
Hey. I have 9.5. What are you talking about? I have 9.5. I'm already. It's already under protest.
And in our red corner, coming in at 5'10", from the Show Me State, St. Louis, Missouri, Coach Drew.
I'm going to say closer to 5'11" and a half.
All right, gentlemen, you know the rules. These are all questions post 1972.
Let's go.
You get it correct, you get to keep going. There are a couple 3-point questions. I'll let you know when those happen. All right. I'm thinking of number 1 through 5. I have it behind my back.
2.
3.
Okay.
3.
The number was 2. Coach Drew.
Woo! It's already fixed.
Let's go.
Put us off. All right. First question. What is Wayne Gretzky's career point total? You got to be right on the money here.
2,187.
Coach Jared, you're up.
21.
Now. If you're wrong, the next question goes back to Coach Drew, so you can skip if you would like.
Well, I know the goal total. I'm gonna say 2149.
If it plays here. All right, that's 1,857. So now we're going to swing back to Coach Drew here for the next one. This goalie holds the NHL record for most career wins.
Most career wins.
You don't need to know the wins. I just want to know who it is.
Marty Brodeur.
That would be correct. And I'm not going to play. No. Jared wants me to play He Shoots, He Scores for every correct answer. I'm not going to there because it's a goalie. 1-0.
Oh.
Thank you. All right, Coach Drew. Who holds? Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? No, I don't. I'm going to ask who holds the single season penalty minutes record for penalty minutes, 472 penalty minutes. What player was it?
There should be a time limit on this.
5,
Yeah.
4, 3, 2, 1. Need a final answer.
Yeah.
Jared?
Tiger Williams?
That would be one. Dave the Hammer Schultz. We are going to go back.
The Hammer. He played for Philly too.
We're going to go back to Coach Drew here. This Finnish winger shattered the NHL rookie goals record in 1992, 1993, scoring 76 goals. Who was it?
Brett Hull, St. Louis Blues. Let's go.
This is bad.
90.
I mean, considering Brett Hull's rookie season was 1986.
It's true.
Teemu Selanne, the Finnish, what they call it, Teemu Selanne.
The rookie piece.
All right, 1-1. Good job, Coach Jared. All right, here we go. Doug Jarvis set the NHL Ironman record by playing this many consecutive games without missing one, a streak that lasted from 1975 to 1988.
800 and it was just broken by Patrick Marleau. I know it was broken by Patrick Marleau. 800 and it was a 961.
That is incorrect. Coach Drew, do you have an answer?
And just for clarification, this is consecutive games. Is that right?
Consecutive games played, yes.
He played for the Hartford Whalers too. I should have known this.
He played for Montreal, Washington, and Hartford. He never missed a single game in 13 seasons.
Yeah. I think Patrick Marleau just broke his record a couple years back.
I'm going to say 1,050.
All Pardon me, 964. So
I knew it. I knew it.
Knotted up at ones here. The Montreal Canadiens won 4 straight Stanley Cups from 76 to 79. Name the coach who was on the bench for all 4, Coach Jared.
Scotty Bowman.
That was a layup.
Wittiest coach of all time.
If I knew it, it felt like a layup. All right, 2-1 Coach In 1994, the New York Rangers ended a 54-year Stanley Cup drought. Who was their captain?
Mark the Moose Messier.
That's a layup too.
3-1, also a layup.
I like tapping. It's not basketball.
This one, I mean,
tapping.
what are we? Okay.
Tapping.
The Pittsburgh Penguins captain led the team in back-to-back Stanley Cups in 91 and 92.
Mario Lemieux.
We're going 4-1, not playing it for that cupcake. The only year in the modern NHL era that the Stanley Cup was not awarded due to a labor dispute.
2005.
We're going to run away here right now. We still got some questions left. It's 5-1, Coach Jared. Starting in 1980, the New York Islanders won 4 consecutive Stanley Cups. Name their captain who anchored the dynasty.
Denny Potvin.
Woo! Listen now. Leave the NBA James. I'm not. This question's getting X'd off the list. Who's known as the great one? I'm not.
We can pass. We can just move on. That's fine.
The French Connection, one of the most explosive lines in NHL history, played for the Buffalo Sabres in the 1970s. I'm going to ask you to name 2 of the 3 players.
Gilbert Perrault
Mm-hmm.
and Rennie. Shoot. I know it, and it's going to drive me nuts when I hear it. Gilbert Perrault and Rennie Lemaire.
That is close, but no. Coach Drew, name the second guy that Coach Jared helped you out with.
You can't tell him which one I got right. Come on, erroneous.
He's got to know which one was right.
Okay,
one of them was
René
right.
Perreault and Jacques Lemaire.
Say that one more time.
René Perreault and Jacques Lemaire.
Rennie
Robert. Gosh darn it. I knew it. Gilbert Perrault, Rennie Robert. And the third guy was
Rick Martin. That was
Martin. Rick Martin. No, Rick Martin.
Rick Martin.
Rick Martin. That's the St. Louis. That's the St. Louis version of his name. Rick Martin down at Cairo.
We're gonna let Coach Drew have a chance here. He's down 6.
Oh, we're just changing the rules, huh?
Yes, this is.
We don't need to change. No, we're not. We're not changing the rules. Let's keep going.
Sure, the Vancouver Canucks winger was named the Russian Rocket and scored 60 goals in his rookie season in 1991 and 1992.
That would be Pavel Bure.
All right, Coach Drew's on the board.
I was for sure going to say Valerie Bure's brother.
6-2. I skipped a layup for Coach Jared. I'm skipping this one for you as well.
They're called tap-ins, okay? This isn't basketball.
Crosby was selected first overall by the Pittsburgh Penguins. Okay. Alexander Daigle, selected first overall in 1990.
Alexander Daig.
Widely considered one of the biggest busts in draft history. Which team picked him?
The Ottawa Senators.
What nationality was Alexander Daigle?
Don't know.
He's
Not
Canadian,
American.
actually. He was actually Canadian.
Brett Hull scored 741 goals. He's a Hall of Famer. He was not a first-round pick. He was drafted in the 6th round, 117th overall by who?
The Calgary Flames.
Come on! You're going to ask that question to a guy from St. Louis? Best trade ever.
6'4". Okay, the highest scoring left winger in NHL history, Luc Robitaille.
Robitaille.
Scored 668 goals. He was a 9th-round pick in 1984. What number overall was he selected?
He was a 9th round pick.
He was a 9th-round pick.
to 265.
So it was 1991 or 92.
1984.
He was drafted in 1984.
Yes.
So that means that there were
Fewer teams.
Yeah, I'm trying to just go through my head here.
There was no Florida. There wasn't a
lot of teams.
There's no Tampa Bay.
I think there was like
no Phoenix.
We're talking like 20 teams total, 24 teams. So let's do 24 times 8. That's like 200-ish. So I'm gonna say 208. 171st. There must. You know what? I think there was less teams than 24 in that.
Clearly.
I think there was like maybe 18, 17,
Clearly.
18.
Sega had 86. What was the year?
84.
84.
Yeah.
Sega 84 was probably pretty boring.
Yeah, probably a little dot matrix.
Yeah.
All right, score is 6-4.
He was rookie of the year too, Luke Robitaille, and then Jimmy Carson was the year after.
Yeah,
Jimmy Carson was traded for. I'm not even gonna say that's probably a trivia question.
That's probably a question.
Go ahead.
Coach Jared leads 6-4. Coach Drew. In 2000, the New York Islanders used the first pick on this goalie, then signed into the longest contract in NHL history, a 15-year, $67.5 million deal. Who was it?
Rick DiPietro.
That's your Bobby Bonilla of the NHL.
That is Bobby Bonilla Day right there.
Who was the GM that did that?
The salty announcer. I'm trying to think of his name right now. Go ahead.
Boston Bruins legend went into the stands and threw a shoe at a guy. And I can't think of his name either. I know who he is.
Move
that
on.
guy.
All right. It's 6-5 here. We have a barn burner here in St. Louis, Missouri. The Philadelphia Flyers goalie won back-to-back Stanley Cups in 1974 and 1975 and won the Conn Smythe Trophy both years. The only player ever to win it in consecutive years. Who is it?
Ron Hextall.
Coach Jared.
74-75 Flyers, back-to-back Cup Finals, Conn Smythe. Pelle Lindgren. What?
Bernie Perron.
Bernie Perron.
Barry Perron.
Bernie Perron.
Yeah.
Perron.
I don't know who's American.
Perron.
It seemed a little early for Hextall.
Yeah, Hextall was the Conn
the
Smythe
80s.
when he lost.
When he lost.
That's another one. Never mind.
Yeah.
Not going there.
All right, we have 6 questions left. Coach Jared leads 6-5. Dominic Hasek won back-to-back Hart trophies at his NHL MVP in 1978 and 1998, the only goalie ever to do so in consecutive years. Who was it, Coach Drew? Or who did he play for? Pardon me.
Oh, the Buffalo Sabres.
Like that.
So 5 questions left, and we're tied 6-6. Let's go.
Tied 6-6.
I may not get another question here.
All right. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to alternate now. So
We got to alternate.
We got Ken Jennings here. I don't know. Like, geez.
Coach Jared, you're up here. In December 1995, this goalie was left in net and gave up 9 goals to your Detroit Red Wings. He then walked to the bench and publicly demanded a trade in front of the Montreal crowd, a moment that changed the franchise forever.
Changed both franchises because he ended up going to the Colorado Avalanche and bouncing the Wings in the playoffs. That would be Patrick Roy.
All right, Coach Jared leads 5-4. We're not doing make it 10.
No, Coach Jared leads 7-6.
Pardon me. In Game 7 of the 1994 Eastern Conference Finals, this Rangers goalie made a glove save in overtime against the New Jersey Devils that sent New York to the Cup Finals for the first time in decades. Who was it, Coach Drew?
John Van Beesbrook.
Right.
It is an American goalie, but it's not Van Beesbrook.
We're not doing trades anymore. I'm gonna let.
I can't steal it. How about can I answer it?
You can answer it. You can't steal
Mike
it.
Richter.
It's Mike Richter.
Mike Richter.
All right, we have 2 questions left. That means if Coach Jared answers this one correct, it's a walk-off, and he wins it. On 1987, the Philadelphia Flyers goalie became the first in NHL history to shoot and score a goal directly in the opposing net. Who was it?
So he was not the first goalie to be credited with a goal. That was Billy Smith of the New York Islanders, but it was Ron Hacksaw Hextall.
Coach Jared wins 9-7. Well fought. Hey. Good comeback, Coach Drew. Just
we got to do this. We have to do this every week, or at least every other week.
You know, and they were a great tandem, Richter and Van Beesbrook. They were the partners in crime in that 94 team.
And I think we need to bring in, as we bring in our guests, we do this with the guests. I think this is a great. By the way, that's a great looking tie and jacket. Where do you shop?
Household.
There you go. Looking great.
All right, gents, close us out.
All right. Well, we have fun like that.
Yeah, I mean, we had Grant in a tie. We had him in a hat. We told campfire stories. We had some good trivia that was pertinent and relevant, I think, to our listeners. So we're going to claim that as a win, right?
Absolutely. And I think last week you teased that we've got some big news coming up, and we absolutely do. Starting next week, the Too Many Men on the Mic podcast show is going to be brought to you exclusively by Vantage Credit Union. So more to come on this great partnership. We're going to be out and about in the St. Louis area and all across the metro area at different events, at rinks, with teams, at broadcasts. Vantage Credit Union, we can't thank you enough. We're so excited. Tune in next week to hear all about it. And there'll be some great opportunities for folks out there who want to start a checking account or start a savings account, or maybe go out and get a home loan or a business loan. Vantage Credit Union has you covered as for St. Louis banks. Thank you, Vantage Credit Union, and we're excited to have you be partnered with you here on the Too Many Men on the Mic show. And what a show! We had Campfire Stories. We had stupid hockey tricks.
Yeah,
Grant. I mean, I think he should be in hockey gloves all the time. And the inaugural.
We've seen him in hockey gloves 2 weeks in a row.
I know, and the inaugural victory of for trivia with Coach.
You're gonna tell all your friends about it, aren't you?
I mean, I'm gonna try and get back in touch with Matt Banachek and Matt Collier and Mr. Colito and tell them that, hey, all those hours spent on I-94 and I-96 heading to Jack Adams talking hockey paid off.
Well, what I would say to your friends there is like and subscribe.
Subscribe. Well, folks, that's it. We shoot. He scores. Great. Grant, play the theme song.
Good question.